So my heart been heavy, and it's so crazy because I say this on stage, but for some reason it hit me today. I say this all the time on stage, but I said me and my wife only been married for 2 years. 2 years. And we have experienced 10 of our friends going through divorce. 10, not 2. 10 in only 2 years. And I don't think sometimes like me and my wife just be talking about it, but the weight of being around your friends and watching people that you love, good people too, man, like great people go through divorce is a very frustrating and a tough thing, man, because you see when it happens. And a lot of stuff can be resolved with a hard conversation. Like people say communication is key, but in a cliche way, but I'm talking about like having the conversation you need to have. That conversation that's ugly, that don't feel good, that's probably hurtful to your ego, your pride. That's the conversation that keep people from staying together, man. And sometimes it starts from the beginning, because how you start is how you end. If you create an environment where a person that you with can't say the truth, you asking for a setup. And so I'm gonna address the women and then I'm gonna address the men based off what I've seen. To the women, if you have access to a man who's investing in you, don't happen too often, but if you find a guy who shows up, take care of you and the kids, he give you his heart, but he is uncomfortable saying his truth around you, you are asking for a setup. Because I don't know if you notice or not, but men, a lot of men suffer in silence. I'm talking about like drowning, but they have nobody to talk to, which is why, you know, some drink, smoke, whatever, do what they do, and they don't want to come home because home don't feel good. Ladies, if you find a guy who's willing to give you his heart, open his heart up to you, you have the power to create an environment to make a house a home. Simple stuff like asking him, how is your heart? Asking the man that you love, how is your heart, will take all the pressure off of him. Because again, I feel like most grown men, when we get married, man, we don't have a lot of spaces to really share our truth. You know what I'm saying? Because our boys can't handle it. You know, your single friends gonna tell you business, and your married friends, they get it, but you know, sometimes they'll be unhappy too. But if you got a man who's giving you his heart, and you just ask him how's his heart, and let him really tell you the truth, not the truth that you want to hear. I'm talking about the real truth that's in his heart. I'm telling you, it'll change your life and make him want to come home and do partnership with him, which is part of it. You know what I'm saying? Also, to married women or women that's in a relationship, be sweet, man. I know so many mean married women. It is ridiculous. And to them, they think they doing good. And I'm sitting here like, ooh, if my lady talked to me like that, we would have a problem. But I'm talking about like aggressively passive, mean. He tell you his dream. You got something to say about it. Everything he's saying, you got to critique and comment on it. Let me tell you something. That's the quickest way to lose a man. Critiquing him, you already got a mama. You got to be a partner. And if you don't like what he's doing, like, man, just find out what his passion is. That's a part of this game. Men, we do so much stuff we don't like to make sure y'all happy. But please do that for him. Be soft, be kind, and find out, do a heart and temperature check. Make sure he is good. Ladies, I'm telling you, if you don't, that is the fastest way to lose a man. Now for the fellas, let me tell you something, man. This thing called being a spouse and being a husband is not easy. My advice for the men is, one, we got this delicate dance where we got to learn how to be a lion and a lamb. Most men, we've never had the opportunity to completely be emotionally naked in front of a woman we love, because we've been taught if you tell the truth, usually you get punished for being honest, and it freaking sucks. But at the same time, you are responsible for the climate in your house. Like a lot of the stuff that men are required to do, we got to set the tone for it, even if it ain't been modeled. And it ain't fair and it don't feel good. Nothing about being a man, especially a married man, feels good or is fair. Your woman can act a fool. She can get drunk, come home drunk, drive drunk, whatever. Men, you can't afford to do that because you got to take care of the house. You got to be a very calculated risk taker. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, you are responsible for creating whatever environment that you want to have. And again, sometimes that feel like being a sucker MC, because you are responsible for setting the tone in the household. If there's a certain way you want your household to feel when y'all have hard conversation, you're responsible for that. If there's a certain way you want to move financially and you don't like the way she spend money, you are responsible for that. If there's a certain way of doing conflict resolution or handling the kids, You are responsible for that. Don't wait till she do it and then critique it. You are responsible for setting the tone for that. And sometimes it doesn't feel good because, one, again, you are exposing yourself to be critiqued by a woman who she wasn't raised with you. You got your own way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? So you are responsible for that and creating the tone for that. And also, I'm going to add this for no extra charge. Fellas, in order to get the woman you want, and yes, this is for the married men too, you got to give her your whole heart. You can't be halfway in and halfway out and have subcontract the things you need. And this goes for women too. You can't subcontract the things you need and expect 100% from the person you're supposed to be with. Usually, man, we don't get the woman we say we want until we 100% give our heart to the woman we're supposed to be with. And I ain't talking about in a reckless, foolish, stupid way. I know sometimes people see my videos and want to pick words apart. I'm talking about give her a heart in a way where, like, you really gave this thing a shot. And women can feel it because they incubate whatever you give them. They can feel when you're not all the way there. Even if it's a subconscious thing, they can always tell. Women, they great at picking up on stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you are responsible for that. And I just want to say I want to encourage you, man. So for any couple that's watching this, man, I just want to say relationships are hard. They are hard, but you choose whether it's construction work or office work. And I just want to say to all the couples watching this, you are one conversation away from the love and the relationship you say you want to have with the person you with now. I ain't talking about somebody new, because if you find somebody new, they don't know your secrets yet. And then when they find out, they're going to be like, ooh, that's why this nigga left and stopped calling you. So what I'm saying is you are one conversation away from the relationship you say you want. And again, like, if y'all see my videos, man, I really love relationships. I want people to do well, but nobody talk about this stuff. Nobody talk about the ugly side of dating and relationship. And I want to encourage you and say I'm rooting for you. So send this video to a couple that you think is dope, because they could be struggling right now. They could be on life support, but on social media, they doing amazing. Send this to them. I want to see y'all do well. I want to see y'all win, and I'm rooting for y'all. Shout out to all the couples who trying to figure that thing out, man.